Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I will be doing a late 2019 collection review. Now let's get started. Starting off at the top shelf, as you can see, I have expanded my collection quite a bit. And yeah, that's why I'm updating this tour. Starting off, we have a PC version of Crysis Maximum Edition. I haven't tried this yet because I do not have a DVD drive on or CD drive on my laptop, so I have to do it on a computer and then put it on a USB stick. Here we have Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. The Wii U I do not have in my room, so I don't have a lot of Wii U games as they're all down in my basement. I have Super Mario 3D World, which actually does not work right on my Wii U, so if you might have any fixes to that, whenever I put it in, it's not recognized. And yeah, so Super Mario 3D World, Nintendo Select. Sadly, I'd like to try and get a new, sorry, not new, but not Nintendo Select version. If we go over here, I got this from a friend who has the special edition Wii. I have the Wii Sports. Okay. And then starting out with the Wii games, we have Wipeout 2, which is actually not a horrible game, but it's just kind of like a filler title, as I had it like a while ago, played it a bit, but it's not the greatest. Made by Activision though. These two I'm just gonna kind of put together since they're both Cabela's Big Game Hunter games. They're both kind of, they're both hunting games, right? So they're not the greatest, but if you were to get one, I do suggest this one. It is better looking and better handling, even though these don't handle that well in the Wii in the first place. Next off, we have Donkey Kong Country Returns. This was a great return to the series, as it was really good, actually, for the 3D that the Wii could display, as the GameCube never had a Donkey Kong Country game. It did have Donkey Kongs though. So overall, it's a pretty good game. Jillian Michaels Fitness Ultimatum. This is once again just a filler title that we got like a yard sale or something for like $2. This one was it's actually a much better game than I thought it was. Kirby's Epic Yarn is a really great game. I really do suggest it if you do see it. It's usually pretty cheap, but yeah. Next, we are starting to get into some of the first-party Nintendo titles. As you can see here, we have Mario Kart Wii. If I just move this out of the way, which I will show you in a second. This is a great game, and it really did show the power of the Wii. And I have dumped so many hours into this game, as it's so good. Mario Party 8 has become pretty rare lately, and I'm not sure why, but I have a mint copy of it. And yeah, it's a pretty good game. It was the first Mario Party game I got, as I have another one now. So yeah, really good game. I do suggest it. Just get this. This was one of the first Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. This is the original, as you can see, mint condition. It's a good game, and they are coming. There is a new port of that coming to the Switch. Need for Speed Pro Street is actually I like racing games, and I intended to play it a lot more, but it's actually not that great. There's too much story involved, as I more wanted a game kind of like Forza, where you could just drive around. Next, I have a filler title, which is just NHL 2K11. Haven't played much of it. Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension is actually a pretty good game. It was actually really advertised in the early 2015, 2010, since this was the movie and this was the craze at the time. It was a pretty good game based on a movie, that is, and yeah. Poke Park is another game that I got from the discount or the clearance bin at Walmart. I love the game. It's actually really good. It's kind of like a open world Pokemon game, except not, with an RPG kind of mechanic for fighting. Once again, this was just a game that I got at a yard sale. It's not actually that horrible, but I haven't played it all that much. Once again, this was just a game that I got like when I was younger. This was just one that we jokingly got for my dad, since he does not ride a Harley. He always jokes about them. This is another great game. Scooby-Doo First Frights. It looks great. And yeah, I really liked it when I was younger. Yeah, not much else to say. SpongeBob Boating Bash is kind of just like a racing game. It uses the Wii wheel, and yeah, it's pretty much just like a bumper game or bumper car kind of style mini game, except it's a full game. This is another great game. It is Nickelodeon SpongeBob SquarePants and featured Nicktoons Globs of Doom. It's a pretty good game, except it's kind of like I never understood the way the levels worked, as you could play the same levels again and you could play other levels. This is a game I got not too long ago, and I haven't played much of it, but I only played like half an hour, and it's a fantastic game. It's one, and now even just through the half an hour, I have pretty much declared this to be one of my favorite Mario games. Super Smash Bros. Brawl was kind of like one of the most least popular in the series. I got this at the Northern Gaming Expo, and it was actually pretty cheap, so I picked it up, and it's actually a really good game. I really like it. Next, we have Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, which is a fantastic game that I got like the other day, so I haven't played that much of it. And it's a mint copy that I got for pretty cheap as well. I got these two games when I got my Wii U drop pad for Christmas. And that, like, the U-Draw Studio is actually pretty fun as, like, just to be as a gimmick. Wii Fit Plus, I haven't really played that much of Wii Play, period, so I couldn't say much about Wii Fit at all. Wii Play, it's just a game that every single person has. Wii Sports Resort is actually a really solid title. This is another game that everyone has, and it utilizes the Wii Motion Plus, so it actually works really well with the motion controls. Now we're getting into GameCube games. As you can see here, we have Medal of Honor Frontline, which I actually got for free in a trade. I have this, which I actually made by myself, the case. It's actually just like a DVD case. As you can see how it just fell out there. But it's just a DVD case. It's not the greatest condition, but this was the first GameCube game I ever got. It kind of has some writing there. I'd like to get a case for this someday, but in my opinion, it actually doesn't look that bad, other than like the rough edges here. And now, this is another thing I actually really liked. And I got Sunshine. Sunshine is a fantastic game. It's a complete with manual. It was actually pretty expensive, as it's kind of more expensive here in Canada. But yeah, fantastic game. It really did show how powerful the GameCube was. Metroid Prime was also up there, and it was the first 3D Metroid game. It really did change how the future Metroid games would be, as like Metroid Prime Echoes, I'm pretty sure it is, and Metroid Prime 3. They're all great games, as they were a lot different from what we've seen before in games like Super Metroid, or the original Metroid. Resident Evil 4, one of the most iconic and beloved video games of all time, from the RE series. I feel like it was the most successful, like one of the most popular and most successful Resident Evil game, as Resident Evil 1 or Resident Evil and Resident Evil 2 didn't get like the most amazing sales, but they were really popular at the time. And then this came out, and this really did change the way third-person shooters worked. Now we have one of my favorite GameCube titles, Star Wars the video game. I haven't played through it on my console, but I played through it at least 2 times at my friend's house. It's a fantastic game, and it's usually pretty cheap. I suggest picking it up. I really do hope to change this to a normal boxed or normal cased copy. Ghost Recon, once again, just a filler title, but the Tom Clancy series, you can't really go wrong. They're all kind of like pretty average sequels. And this was my first boxed NES game. It's actually complete in box. It came with a poster and a Nintendo Power sign-up. It's actually mint condition. It still has a sticker on it, actually. And it came with the manual, Nintendo Power sign-up, poster, game with a sleeve, which I will show you in a second. Now I just have this, which is a little Pong console that I bought. Continuing on the last shelf, we have my Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. As you can see, I'm going to start with the Game Boy Advance and go Game Boy Color, then Game Boy. Starting off, we have Simpsons Road Rage. It's a pretty good game, actually. For the Game Boy, it utilized its graphics very much. Next, we have Super Mario Bros. 3 Advanced 4, which is my first Game Boy Advance game. And yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong going with a Mario classic. Next, we have Namco Museum, released on like every single console practically past the GameCube. Yeah, it has Dig Dug, Mrs. Pac-Man, and Galaxian, I'm pretty sure. Going to Game Boy Color, just drop that. We have Pokemon Puzzle Challenge. Pretty good game, just like a puzzle style. Can't really go wrong with puzzle games. I forgot to mention Mario Kart Super Circuit, which I actually got for a super good deal because they didn't know what it was. Great game, basically just a port of Mario Kart 64 to the Game Boy Advance. Continuing with the Game Boy Color, Wario Land 3. Great game. All the Wario Land games are actually really great, as it was kind of like a continuation, but not continuation, of the Mario Land series for the Game Boy, which I actually do have Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins. This is actually one of my favorite, personally, 2D Mario games. It's fantastic, it's really solid, the physics are good, and it's just an overall good game. It was intended to be a pack-in title with the Game Boy, but they turned out to just put Tetris. This is also a great game, and it is one of the best-selling games of all time, or at least the EA version. I also have Tetris 2, which is kind of like a sequel. It's kind of like Tetris crossed with Dr. Mario. And then we have Golf, which I got in box. And I also have Pokemon Blue, which is a fantastic game that influenced a really big series. Starting off with this shelf, we have a complete in-box title of Golf for the Game Boy. It was super cheap, just because the box, as you can see, is kind of banged up there, but the front of it actually doesn't look that bad. And it was super cheap, so I just figured I'd pick it up. Starting with PS1 games, since they're right here, we have 007, The World Is Not Enough, Polaris Snowcross. I love racing games, so that's why I have that. Driver 2, The Wheelman is Back, Driver 2, Duke Nukem Time to Kill, and Spec Ops Stealth Patrol. This was the PS1 was given to me, and I don't play it all that often unless I do get any of the RE series. Then going to the DS, as you can see, I have a lot of filler titles, or not actually a lot, but I just have a lot of games that were given to me. I have Baby Pals, which isn't the best game. I'm just going to point out the filler titles, but the ones I actually care about, I will make sure to mention. Starting off with the ones I have to mention, I have Brain Age 2, right here. Fantastic game. Club Penguin, pretty good game. This one, once again, printed by me, because I was only given the cartridge, but it's still official DS case. GTA Chinatown Wars. It's a complete, and it's no port of the original game. It is a complete new version for the PSP and the DS, and it's actually pretty good. Next, we have Lego Batman. You can never go wrong with a Lego game. Lilith's Pet Shop, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, Mario Kart DS, fantastic game. New Super Mario Bros. Once again, starting the new Super series, which pretty much brought back the 2D Mario games, other than the remasters. Penguins of Madagascar, Plants vs. Zombies, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, another good game. Pokemon Platinum, actually pretty rare now. I got for a really good deal because they didn't know what it was. Some more filler titles. Scooby-Doo, First the Spooky Swamp, actually wasn't that good, because I thought it would be just as good as the original, as it wasn't. Sonic Classic Collection, once again, you can't go wrong with a usual like remix or collection of classic Sonic games. And Mario 64 DS is another fantastic game. Here I have a DSi Action Replay, which works just fine with the normal DS. I have Mario Maker 2. And I'm going to go for NES games, and I'll show you my Switch collection. So starting off, we have Dr. Mario, mint condition Dr. Mario with the sleeve. Excitebike with the torn label, which I have to get the black box for. Which I want to get the black box for. A broken copy of Lolo. If you guys could actually tell me anything on how to fix NES cartridges, that would be fantastic. It's a graphical issue. It loads the wrong sprites at the wrong time. I have the original Mario was Duck Hunt, which was the pack-in title. Super Mario Bros. 2, which was a port of Doki Doki Panic from Japan, and New Super Mario Bros. 3. Then going to the Switch collection, a lot of these are first-party titles, but some of them aren't. So if I just take these out real fast, everything's gonna fall. 1 second. Okay. So starting off, we have Goosebumps, kind of like an RPG kind of roleplay, like one of those interactive games. Hello Neighbor, fantastic indie game, very much suggest it. Just Dance, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, the Toy-Con Labo 1, or the Nintendo Labo Toy-Con 1, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I hope to get Let's Go Eevee soon with the Pro Controller. I think there's a Pro Controller, or the Joy-Cons. Then we have Mario Odyssey, fantastic game. Super Mario Party. Smash Bros. Ultimate, fantastic game, which I do have the Pro Controller and GameCube controller for. Splatoon 2, and Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. All fantastic games. So yeah. Now I gotta Jenga everything back in here. Just hold this here like that. Put this back in here. I am really proud of my Switch collection, as I actually have quite a few games that are actually mostly first title, or first party. Oh, a Mario figurine there as well. Next, I have a couple more NES games. I have Rad Racer for the NES. Great racing game that actually pushed the NES to its limits. Mint copy of Yoshi and Exobius. Or Exobius the Adventure, I'm pretty sure. The Avenger, sorry. Ultimate NES Remix, Tomodachi Life, Pokemon Sun and Moon, Smash Bros. For the 3DS, Super Mario 3D Land, New Super Mario Bros. 2, Minecraft, Mario Kart 7, Mario and Luigi Dream Team, Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon, and I also had the remake, some Lego games, Cut the Rope, and then some Adventure Time series games from the series. This, I find, is actually a pretty solid console, as a lot of the games are really good. Now, we'll go over and do the Xbox games. Next, going to the Xbox and Xbox 360, I have this. This is a stand from EB Games, or you may know it as GameStop if you're watching from the United States. It fits, I'm pretty sure, something around 30 games, but don't quote me on it, it's probably like 25 or 20. On the side, we just have my Sony headphones. These are just like my old headphones. I have the Switch Pro Controller, which I do suggest for any game, any FPSs, because it really makes a difference. And I have a Xbox 360 controller. Starting off, we have MLB 2K Sports Major League Baseball 2010. Assassin's Creed. I actually bought this used from EB Games because I knew that I wanted to try an Assassin's Creed game, but I still haven't tried it. Battlefield 3 I also have, which actually, what I've heard is actually a really good game. So yeah, another game I'd also like to try playing. I have Call of Duty Black Ops, Warfare 3, which I haven't really played. Fable is a game that I had heard of a couple times, but I'd actually never played it. I have FIFA 10, which just came with a lot of games. Gears of War 3, Gears of War Judgment. Another great game, GTA 4 and 5. The GTA 4 actually came with a map, which I do have over here somewhere, but yeah. Medal of Honor, another Medal of Honor game. Medal of Honor games are usually pretty good. NHL 19. These are my Resident Evil games. This one was just a bad condition copy because I really just wanted the game itself. This is another game I bought used from EB Games. And yeah, Resident Evil 6, pretty good from what I've played. And Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City wasn't quite what I thought it was, as it's kind of a third-person shooter. Not as much of a zombie-based killer, as you're kind of like infiltrating Umbrella's headquarters. Rock Band, don't have the instruments. Street Fighter 4, great game. I hope I can play more and unlock all the characters and stuff. This was free. Someone just gave it to me at an expo. This came with the Xbox, Brothers in Arms, Earned in Blood. IndyCar series. Great racing game, actually. You can't... this was a pack-in title with the Xbox, Tetris Worlds plus Clone Heroes, Clone Wars. Terminator 3, it was also a free game. I got the Expo, Tom Clancy, just a bunch of Tom Clancy games. So I have Ghost Recon Island Thunder, Rainbow Six 3, Black Arrow, Splinter Cell, and Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. This was a game that I actually found at the yard sale, and I was really surprised because it is in mint condition. As you can see, there are no scratches on this disc. It is brand new, or practically brand new. It was sealed when I bought it actually, but I had to open it. Yeah, and now I'm gonna go over and look at my console setup. Starting off at the top, if you look up here, I have this, which is a Majora's Mask made of those bead things, those perler beads, I'm pretty sure they're called. I don't know if you can see it, but if you look up here, I do have a Pixel Pal right here of the Mario World Mario, which was actually pretty hard to come by. I have a Pokeball Plus box, which I got for Christmas, my Switch box, the Labo House, and a Commodore 64 back there, and back here is a bag for the New York Nintendo store, which I got from some family that went to New York. Starting off at the top, I have my Mario Kart, some of my Mario Kart collectibles, and my Wii, with a pink Wiimote with the Wii Motion Plus attachment, as well as New Super Mario Bros. Wii, my Platinum GameCube with a I don't even know what company this is, a memory card, but it's actually pretty big for a GameCube. It's like 251 blocks, which is really good. Then, moving down the shelf, we have my NES. This is one of my proudest game consoles that I bought because I got it on a really good deal. I have a Mario water bottle back here, which is glass. This is a really good game book, actually. I read the whole thing, actually. It's called The Game Console, and it's actually really cool because if you look at it, it's all pictures from the inside of all these consoles. Like, for example, if we were to go to something like the SNES, or the Game Boy, for example, it shows all the components of the Game Boy. But I'm not going to show much of that, since this is up to you. I have the official Mario Odyssey guide, which is great, because it actually helps a lot. I have the Xbox 360 and the original Xbox, which are both in mint condition, as well as 2 Minecraft blocks, my Google Home, and the motorcycle for the Labo. Just move my Switch forward here. I have my Nintendo Switch right down there with all my Pokemon coins, as well as my PS1. This is the original PS1, original memory card, as you can see, with NHL 01 in it, or NHL Face Off 2001. If you look over here, I did buy the pink and green Joy-Cons right before Nintendo announced that they'd be taking in Joy-Cons, but I still haven't sent mine in yet. Below that, we just have a Labo piano with some Wiimotes charging right there. If we go up, as you can see, this is my new TV. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last episode, but this is my PV guitar. This is Amiibo collection. My camera would usually be right there. These are my original Joy-Cons. I bought a Pi, actually. They're great. I do suggest them. My 2x2 Ghost Cube, Amiibos, switch box for the controller, Amiibos, my XN Pyraminx. These two little functioning arcade cabinets at Waluigi. I actually had them here with nothing else here for the longest time, actually. And the box are my Joy-Cons. Below this, we have a lot of Mario collectibles with my Mario Amiibos, which is my suited Mario and my two Pixel Marios. And this one is actually super rare, as it is only available in the Wii U bundle. Here I have my SNES Classic box with my... Oh, I can't even think of what they're called. The 3DS cards, my portable consoles, which should be a bit more spread out like that. So I have a 3DS, a new 3DS, which is Special Edition, and a Game Boy Advanced SP, not the AGS 101, sadly. If we look in here, we have my Pokemon stuff, which is 3 tins, 2 boxes, and my actual Pokédex, which I love, and it's really cool to have. I have this Lugia Pokeball, and I also have the Z Power bracelet, something like that. I actually bought these for like $1 or $2, and it's a Nintendo Power, and they're volume 51 and 73, in not the fantastic edition, but if you guys have any tips on restoring those, please let me know. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up today's video, and this is my desk setup, and this pretty much wraps up today's video. As yeah, that's all I have time for today. Thanks for watching. Make sure to tune in next time.